Is there someone out there?
3 people.
Oh, my volume. Happy Friday. Trying to get this thing started. Got to get in the right frame of mind. Got to get tuned. Say hi, Cordelia.
Hello, Jay. Hey, Rocky. Where have you been, Rocky? I'm fixing to head towards your house. It's a beautiful spring day, and I can walk for the first time in months, so I'm going to take advantage of it. When the sun's just going down when David gets through with this, so it's not quite the same thing. So, hey, JC. So I'm going to go take a walk. Hey, Penny. Because I can. Hey, Mel. That's cool that Mel's here. So y'all watch David. Ask him a shit ton of questions. And I will catch up with y'all with my niece later on.
Bye.
Avez-vous un bon temps?
Oh, butternut. So it's just me and the dog. I think he's gonna go walk down the street. It's true. She suffered with some knee problems, which I think they're on the verge of figuring out what's wrong, and everything's getting better for her, which is a damn good thing. It's been awful. She needs her knees. That's my butternut. Because in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be out of commission for about a month. So we're going to need her knees to walk around and do things. I don't know about, I have to ask doctor if they'll let me play. I can't move the table, so we'll have to either find a new place to play where I can't carry anything for 3 weeks. So it'll be very interesting. I don't even know if I can play guitar then. So let's see, what else here? Happy Friday. Thanks for WWOZ to host, at least post these live wire events. It's a very big weekend here in Louisiana. Despite the COVID, we have a virtual international festival going on in Lafayette right now. If you're not familiar with that festival, it's a very nice festival that yearly it comes about the first weekend of Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and it's a festival dedicated to the Francophone world, the world that speaks French. And again, for the second year in a row, they're virtual. It's also WWOZ Radio in New Orleans is hosting what they call Fest in Place, which has hour-long segments of groups over the years, over the past 50 years of the New Orleans Jazz Fest. They call it the Cubes. You know, this is the first year that Beausoleil isn't included. I was looking through the Cubes. There's a few TBAs in there, but they're letting the younger people take over, which I guess is a good thing. It's kind of weird not being represented this year. So right now at Jazz Fest, I think it's Little Freddie King is my competition. Who's a great blues musician here in New Orleans. Other than that, let's see. I understand the bars are opening. The music bars are opening in New Orleans and Louisiana. There's a lot more going on. Our COVID rate in New Orleans is extremely low. Most of us are vaccinated. I don't know about the rest of the state. That's always up for debate. I do know that I heard from my friend Mark Rubin that a lot of places on Frenchman Street, if you're familiar with that area in New Orleans, there's about 13 bars that have reopened for music indoors, but there are some serious restrictions that they must undergo. A couple of them are the band has to be 9 feet from the audience. You can only have a total number of 5 musicians on stage at one time. There has to be a plexiglass shield in front of the band. You can only have 2 horn players. It's kind of hard if you're in a brass band. What other restrictions? And everything must come to an end, I think at 1 o'clock now, 1 a.m. I think everything closes. That one I'm not quite sure about. There is still a curfew. I don't know what it's like in your town. It looks like that if everybody's easing, that maybe things are feeling a little bit more normal. I hope they are where you live. We shall see, won't we? All right. So let's get started like we normally do. I'll start with You're My Sunshine. I don't have Dee Dee here to sing along with me or play her kazoo, so it makes it very difficult to sing and do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try. I'll have a sip first, though. If you have questions, I will try. I can't read and play music at the same time. It's distracting. But if I see your comment, I'll try to comment on it. Or if you have I see some of y'all have been doing it. Okay. 57 degrees. It's 78 degrees here, and it's supposed to be pouring down. We have a thunderstorm or heavy, severe storm warning for tonight, which is why Dee Dee took off now. I'll probably see her about 7 o'clock at a bar with a bunch of friends of ours. So, all right, there we go. You're My Sunshine. Get out your kazoos. If you should be pros by now. Make sure you're in tune. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Well, the other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Love you, and I'll make you happy. If you only will say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Yeah, you're right. Well, you told me once, dear, that you really love me, and no one else, dear, could come between. But now you've left me, and you love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine always such a good song. All right, hello, Ann Jones. Let's see here. Okay. Thane Tierney's out there in Portugal. Whoa. Well, hopefully the connection is good. I can't tell right now. Maybe y'all can tell me. Is it working or not? It's kind of, I'm looking at my modem. It flashes all the time, so I'm not quite sure what channel I have it on over there. But please let me know. So I did get a bunch of requests for today, several. See if I can play some of them. Good, thank you, Ann. Okay, Lake Arthur Stomp. Flames of Hell from last week. Let's do Flames of Hell. Forgot it. Who requested that? Today you'll really get to hear me tune. Because there's no banter. This song is called Slightly Off. This is a song that's recorded by lots of people. It's called Les Flammes d'Enfer, which means the flames of hell. And the song is obviously someone's done something wrong, and whatever he's done, he knows that he's going to be condemned for the rest of his life to the flames of hell. There's many people have recorded this with many different types of, with different words. The only words I know are from, I think, it's a bastard mix of stuff that I've learned from God only knows where. I forgot who requested it. It could have been Jay. God, I cannot remember who did it. But anyway. Les Flammes d'Enfer. Oh ma petite tante, as-tu tant dit, t'aurais pleuré pour elle plus tard. Je suis condamné pour la balance de mes jours. Je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. Oh cher bébé, priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme pour les flammes d'enfer. Je suis condamné pour la balance de mes jours. Je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. cher bébé, t'as tout entendu. T'aurais pleuré pour elle plus tard. Je suis condamné pour la balance de mes jours. Je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. Oh cher bébé, priez pour moi. Sauvez mon âme pour les sommes d'enfer. Je suis condamné pour la balance de mes jours. Je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. That's it. The seventh. Les Flammes d'Enfer. A song I learned from listening to Austin Pete. I do a few of his other songs too, so it's a great old time song. Thanks for requesting it, whoever that was. All right. Yeah, everyone's wondering where Dee Dee is. Good, I'm glad it's good in Portugal. I'm on my own today, y'all. The bartender is definitely gone. She wanted to, as I'll say again, since there's a lot of you out there right now, Dee Dee suffered with some thyroid issues on her knees, and trying to find the reason for the knee swelling and trouble was actually resolved this week, and actually today, this morning, when we found out that it's not what she thought it was, which is good, and it's exactly what it is, which is treatable. So she decided for the first time in a long time was to go take a walk without pain, believe it or not. So that's a good thing. Very good thing for her. So there she is. She's not here, so I'm all alone. So hopefully I won't be too boring. Please let me know if I'm boring. I hate being boring. It just don't work. All right, so also said at the top of the show that COVID restrictions are starting to change big time, at least here in New Orleans and in Louisiana. Everyone still wears masks here. We're well, we follow the rules. But bars are starting to have music again, and which is a big change after a year, after all the virtual shows. So we're gonna play this by ear and see what happens, how long we're gonna do this. And we're not finished with it yet, so I know that. Come on. Hopefully where you are, it's better, it's getting better, because it's been a very hard year. Just a hard year. So let's see if I can find some words to this song. The Bayou Teche is a song that I've been wanting to play. It was written or recorded by lots of people too, but Nathan Abshire, who's a great accordion player from Basile, Louisiana, did a damn good job of this one. And I was thinking years ago, I'm talking about many years ago, I was trying to put it in the Hawaiian slack key style. I don't think I was that successful. I had an idea, so we're gonna try. Okay. When am I going to be out of commission? Well, let's see. Good question. This is weird doing this. I'm going to have hip surgery on May the 11th. So we're working on what to do. This is not heavy. I don't see why I couldn't do it. Well, I can't play. It's finding a spot to do it. So when we do these shows, we move our kitchen table out of the way. And I'll sit on the banquette. So we might do the same thing and have the table either removed or cut. It needs to be cut in half and go buy some what do you call them? TV tables. And so we might just do it from here, which I can set up myself. There's not too much lifting and all that. But that table that we have right there weighs over 70 pounds. And the doctor said, no, you can't pick that up. So I found that out yesterday. So yeah, May the 11th is the big day. I hope to be back on that Friday, which would be what? May 11th is Tuesday, so that's 12th, 13th, 14th, and so on until, and I'll be out of commission, meaning I can't drive for 2 weeks. And I'm supposed to have a walker, so we're trying to make the house walker-proof. Not easy, and have a cane after that for a little while. It's very, it's intimidating, scary, and exciting all at once. But I'll tell you what, the humidity's been good. There hasn't been much pain in my hip. And I found out yesterday that it's about 90% arthritis, which really doesn't make me feel very confident about the other side. But there's still bone on bone, and I was quite lucky this week there wasn't much pain. So hopefully that answers some questions. Poo-yah. And so I see some of y'all are getting your next COVID shots. Hello, Lee Jardel, all of y'all. Get your damn shots, man. It's important. We want it to come back to normal. It'd be great to go see people again and not worry and get stuff going. I know the rest of the world is having a very difficult time right now. All right, so, well, with that being said, we'll continue the story a little bit. This one is called La Valse de Bayou Teche, the Bayou Teche Waltz. All right, by Nathan Abshar. Slack key style. J'ai roulé, j'ai prié, mais pour t'avoir, avec moi dans ma maison. Ta famille est tout comme moi, mais bien de moi, jamais fait passer sur la vallée d'où te rejoindre. brûlé, j'ai prié, mais Outaouais, jamais Outaouais, avec moi dans ma maison. Et mon beau-frère, viens de moi, Charles, viens donc la voir après mourir dans le Bayou Jazz. La Vase de Bayou Teche. How you like that? That's a good song. I need to put that one in the rotation. Let's see if anyone said anything. Hello, my sister Paulette. I'll be kicking field goals. Yeah, you're right. Ooh, they said some weird stuff. Oh, can't twist, can't drive, twist your thing. But I can walk up and down stairs, they said, which is handy since we live in a 2-story house. We shall see what happens. All right. Let's see here. I did that. So next week, if today's the 23rd, that means next Saturday is going to be May 1st. Well, Beausoleil is playing another virtual show on the ourconcerts.live channel that we've done before. Those of you that might be interested, I am not sure what we have planned. There's no holiday or anything, so we're just going to play music, which may be a little easier to do. That will be 7 to 8 p.m. Central Time, so 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and whatever the other ones. I think it's the same price, and we play probably an hour and 15 minutes. Those people have been very helpful during the COVID quarantine, that we were able to do some of these shows, and also the guys will get together and play and also see each other. As a matter of fact, the other day I ran into a friend of ours down the street. She's moving. Her mom bought her a condo, but we ran into her mom, and she asked about the last gig that we played as Beausoleil live in public, and that was at the Dakota, and they lived outside of Minneapolis. In Minneapolis last March the 7th, I think it was, and how strange it was on March the 8th to fly home on Southwest when there were very few people in the airport. It hadn't even started yet, like what we had to go through. So it's going to be kind of strange. The reentry is going to be odd. I don't know who is touring. I know that here at Tipitina's, a place you all might be familiar with, I think they have limited seating up to 35 people or something like that, and they stream the shows. And it being Jazz Fest time, there's a lot going on down there, and other venues in town are doing the same. So next Saturday, Beausoleil will play 7 to 8 on ourconcerts.live, which is on the Beausoleil fan page. I'll try to put it on this one too. I need to post it. The week after that, on the 9th, on Mother's Day, we'll be playing our first in-person concert in over a year, and that will be here in New Orleans at the Broadside Theater. I'm still trying to figure out if I can stream that for those of you who live out of town. I'm going to see what I can do, all right? I can't promise right now. I won't know until then, probably. Maybe not. Maybe I might find out. We'll find out. So I think that's all the news that's fit the print right there. Once again, Dee Dee is out walking, which is something she's wanted to do since last August, really, without pain. So hopefully she's doing all right. I'm gonna have a sip. It's been such crazy times, man. I don't know what to think of it. which makes me think of a crazy song. I'm gonna... Bear with me. As for me and playing public, I have no idea. I used to play at the Columns Hotel here on St. Charles Avenue for a number of years. I haven't heard from the venue. I don't even know if they're going to have live music ever again. People are so spooked right now, myself included, so we don't know what's happening. There we go. I need an intern. Thank you, JC. Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Let me get this cape on here. I've played this song. It's been a while. I've done this one. There was a guy that who had a couple of songs that Beausoleil played from the start. His name was Cesar Vincent, and he was a singer, songwriter, but never a professional musician. But learned that he had the tunes, and the first song that I ever learned from him that we did was called Travailler c'est trop dur, which means the first two lines of the song is working is too hard, but stealing is no good, and it's not good to live on charity. So it leaves a pretty much of a conundrum what to do for a living. So this is one that we was asked to do from Barry Ensoleil had a project of using several groups in Louisiana, South Louisiana, to play Cesar Vincent's songs, and this one is called Amour trompé. Amour trompé, un grand amuseur de filles. A deceitful lover, a great amuser of women. I like that. Let's see if I can find it. It's been so long since I've even played this. Let's see, Cesar, because I had a mini pad meltdown this summer. Cesar Vincent, here we go. Adapted, is that the one? Not that one. There we go. All right. Sounds pretty good to me. So the song's about a guy who has deceived a couple of women, and they're not very happy with him, I would think. And at the end of it, towards the end, I said, well, if you happen to be walking in my neighborhood and you go by my house, please knock on my door. If I'm not dead, I'll answer it. I like that. He has a great couple of lines I always point out that is pretty cool. Allons donc, allons dis donc, allons au cabaret. Boire et chanter pour bénir nos regrets. It means, come on, let's go to the cabaret. To the cabaret, my friend. Let's go drink and sing in order to wash away our regrets, which I think is a great line. Something that maybe we should consider every once in a while. So here we go. I call it the Amour trompeur, grand amuseur de filles. Puis on va vous chanter la belle Léonelle et ma jolie chanson de ma jolie maîtresse, de ma chanson de ma jolie maîtresse, celle que mon cœur a si longtemps Moi je suis retourné, et si longtemps aimé. The ligustrum are growing outside, and it really does affect my throat. Here we go. Moi je suis retourné, faire un tour de la vie, et j'ai rencontré Marguerite, mamie. Elle m'envoyait de très beaux compliments. Moi, retourne rejoindre pour mon camarade. Moi je suis retourné, rejoins mon camarade dessus son lit, qu'il est triste, malade. Allons, dis donc, allons au cabaret, boire et chanter pour punir nos regrets. Regrette d'amour, ne de rien t'il entend ses eaux plus au moins. Faudra-t-il qu'on m'entoure? Regrette d'amour, ne durera-t-il longtemps? Pour une fille qui a changé d'amant. Si t'as changé d'amant, t'as bien changé de meilleur amant, trompe, grande amuse de fille. Amant, t'es un grand, vas-tu me délaisser? Amant, t'es un grand, je ne fais que pleurer. Moi qui savais fort bien qu'elle était bien promise avec un jeune garçon qui avait pour bonne amie. Allons, dis donc, allons au cabaret, boire et chanter pour venir nos regrets. Si tu passes devant chez moi, oubliez donc pas la porte. Sinon je ne pars mort, j'en ouvrirai la porte. Aussi la porte que je te la rouvrirai, dans ton cœur que l'embrasserai. Si le Seigneur t'accorde le pardon, j'enlèverai la fleur de la maison. Allons, dis donc, allons au cabaret, boire et chanter pour venir nos regrets. Amour trompeur. He changes his mind and goes to another woman. One's called Marguerite and the other one is called, oh shoot, I'll never get to find that other name. Anyway, it's a very interesting, complex tune. It's a lot of fun. All right, so we got a lot of people watching. This is good. Thank you all, thank you. Okay, let's see. what did I put on here next? A Hackberry Rambler song. I'll mess up this wonderful tuning that I have. Here we go. The Hackberry Ramblers were a group that first got together in the mid-1930s. They were from Sulphur, Louisiana, which is around Lake Charles, Louisiana. Also, some of them were from Hackberry, Louisiana, which is south of Lake Charles. They were led by a great old-time fiddle player who was a go-getter for the time. His name was Ludderin Darbone. Ludderin could read music, so he ordered lots of sheet music. In addition to the Cajun songs they played, they also played standards of the time. There's one I've been working on for quite a long time that I'm not ready for public consumption. But it's an amazing song that the band never quite got the correct chord structure, but that's beside the point. We will figure it out. I'm going to get this out before all this COVID stuff is over with. I'm just not happy with it. That song, by the way, if you look it up, is called Rendezvous in Honolulu. Rendezvous in Honolulu by the Hackberry Ramblers. Very interesting cut. The Hackberries are also a good band that mixed in a lot of instrumentation. They had trumpet players, depending who could play music, that's who was with them, all right? So they had trumpet players, they had steel guitar players, they had guitar players, they had harmonica players, accordion players, but always led by Ludderin. And with the help of Michael, my brother, having Ludderin's phone number in 1984, I was able to get them out of their second or third retirement, believe it or not, to play at the World's Fair where I was working. I was working at the World's Fair here in New Orleans, and brought them out of their third retirement, and they played for another 15 or 16 years till too many of them died, and they were getting old. They were in their 80s. One of them was in their 80s when I first hired them. So it's quite a scene. I wish I had video of that from the World's Fair. I took lots of photos, but the Park Service took all that stuff. Somewhere in the archives of Louisiana are photographs of all these old bands that I used to hire and photograph. Oh, that took long enough. So Ludderin was a great pal. He came to see us after Hurricane Katrina. We played for the first time ever as Beausoleil in Lake Charles after Hurricane Rita, about 4 or 5 months after Rita. And he came out to see us. He had his whole family there, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren, and he was quite a character and a gentleman till the day he died. This is one of their songs. They used to warm up on this song in the old days. It's called Une pièce ici et une pièce là-bas. Have $1 here and $1 there.
Et quand j'ai eu 21 ans, ma père m'a dit c'était le temps. Le temps j'arrête de dépenser, une pièce ici, une pièce là-bas. Ça fait marier un petit fille que moi j'aimais. Parce que je connais, mais ça va être une pièce ici, une pièce là-bas. Mais ma petite femme a préféré du linge pour un bébé. Parce qu'on est, mais ça va être une pièce ici, une pièce là-bas. Mais quand j'ai eu 21 ans, ma mère m'a dit c'était le temps. Le temps j'arrête de dépenser, une pièce ici, une pièce là-bas. Une pièce ici, une pièce là-bas.
All right. $1 here and $1 there. I'm laughing because my puppy is asleep at my feet. Butternut is right there, sleeping peacefully. Great little dog. Let's see. That's the wrong one. Not the direction I want it to go. Let's see. This is one that I've always liked. Come on, little string. That doesn't sound very good to me. We're gonna figure it out. This is one from a songster, songwriter, fiddle player who came from Redell, Louisiana, which is just north of Mamou. Maybe you've heard of Mamou. Mamou is the home of Fred's Lounge, lots of musicians, and Hotel Kazan Bar, and the Hotel Kazan. Anyway, I got this one and I'll play an instrumental after it. Hopefully it won't take too long to tune. This one is called La Ville de Montaut, La Ville de Montaut, the city of Montaut. And it's a song about Napoleon conscripting a group of Louisiana soldiers to bring him some cannons for 5,000 francs to help win the wars. And there's a bunch of y'all out there. Doggone. Lee, you got a 1-month-old granddaughter. That is awesome. Yes, congratulations. And I see, Jay, you didn't know there was a World Fair in New Orleans? Yes, it was in 1984. 1984 was a very big year. It's the year I moved to New Orleans. We had a great fair. Unfortunately, it went bankrupt. Actually, they never had any money. I don't know how they did it, but about a month into the damn thing, it almost collapsed, and lots of fun people came and tried to shore it up and made it work. I worked for the Louisiana Folklife Pavilion, and we had we had several different bands every week from May the 11th when it opened. Ironic date, May the 11th, all the way to November the 30th, 6 months. World's Fairs needed to be, I don't think they have them anymore, needed to be 6 months long. And there was a Louisiana Pavilion, a Folklife Pavilion, there was a Vatican Pavilion, there was a USA Pavilion, there was a Aquacade where they had these dancers. They had bands that at first they'd be on a stage like George Porter, and then when they were finished, the stage would rotate and there'd be another band to play. Well, that didn't last very long because the stuff broke. There was also a space shuttle parked there for the whole time, and then they had something called the Wonder Wall. And then there was also a gondola across the Mississippi River that you could, if you were lucky enough, you could get in there, and every night the Disney people would put on a fireworks display. Even with no money, they'd put this on for all 180 days of the World's Fair. And it was quite a scene. It was a lot of fun, and I was able to hear lots of people play that I'd never heard before but had heard of. And we even had a couple people die on our stage, believe it or not. It was quite an experience, and it's indelible. Never forget it. When we moved to where we are now, which is basically a block from where we used to live, we still had the t-shirts, the polo shirts, and the hard hats, because when I first got my job there, we all had to wear hard hats like we had to wear masks, believe it or not, because it was all just a construction zone. How do you like that? It's quite an experience. Nobody went. It was very popular with locals, but they didn't get nearly half of the people they expected to show up for this thing, so it was quite weird. Oh, I see Dee Dee's out there. Okay, cool. She's watching at the Kingpin. We need you, Dee Dee. So this song that I was talking about was called La Ville des Manteaux, and it's a song about a group of Louisiana soldiers bringing cannons to Napoleon. As I watch the sky get darker and darker out there, I guess the rain's coming. That's why we're not outside, JC. It's 78 degrees out there. It's supposed to rain. La ville des manteaux a aujourd'hui qu'est si belle. La ville des manteaux a oui grandi mais qu'est si belle. Les carnets de tous ces Louisianes et avec eux tous les braves soldats. Bonaparte a su nous fabriquer sa patrie nationale. Bonaparte a su nous fabriquer sa patrie nationale. C'est Bonaparte qui nous envoie ici pour apprécier votre nom.
allez à Bonaparte en ce marque de lui. Vous allez à Bonaparte en ce marque de lui. En ce marque de lui, le jour comme la vie. Oui, la vie comme le jour. On vous compterez chacun 50 000 francs. Si vous voulez, j'apprécie le grand canon. On se moque de lui et le jour comme la nuit. Oui, la nuit comme le jour. La ville des manteaux, ah oui, grande du mec est si belle. La ville des manteaux, ah oui, grande du mec est si belle. Ville des Manteaux, lovingly called and referred to by the band as I Have Veal on My Toes. All right. Okay. Usually I follow that one with this one. Let me get a little bit more in tune. A very powerful song. It's one of my favorite songs that we've ever recorded. And there's several. This one is a very good song though. This is one I learned from the Balfour Brothers and adapted to guitar style. It is called, stubborn guitar, stubborn. It's called My True Love. It's the only song I know now that my friend Thane is in Portugal. It's the closest song to a Portuguese song that I know because the narrator of the song is going to visit his girl who lives in Texas. He lives in Eunice, Louisiana, and he has to hitchhike along the way, and he doesn't have much money, and all he can afford is a half a loaf of bread and a can of sardines, which he must split over the next 2 days to eat. So other than smelling really badly, he's got, at least he has them. And then when he meets his girl in Texas, he asks her to marry him, and she says, yes. Here we go. J'ai vu ma belle, j'étais là-bas au Texas. J'ai passé par UNESCO, moi j'achetais 25 sous. J'arrivais à Basile, j'achetais une canne de sardines. C'est là-bas au Texas. Quand j'arrivais à la chasse, mangeais la moitié, bébé. Quitter la moitié, mais c'était mon déjeuner. Mais j'ai du mon père, j'étais là-bas au Texas. J'ai passé par Younes, que moi je l'achetais 25 sous. Quand j'arrivais à Basile, j'achetais une canne de sardines. C'est pour faire mon voyage d'ici là-bas au Texas. Quand j'arrivais à la chasse, mangeais la moitié, bébé. Je quittais l'autre moitié, c'était pour mon déjeuner. Quand j'arrivais chez ma belle, que là où mange tes vieux. Ça s'est élevé amitié, ça m'a jamais oublié. Elle a mes préférés, avec les larmes dans ses yeux. Elle m'a dit, mes chers, viens sauver-moi juste pour mon marié. My True Love by the Baffle Brothers. All right. Okay, nasty nut little chord. There you go. Might be time to change those strings on this guitar. All right.
Let's see, it's time to shift gears a little bit so I can find this one. I haven't done this one in ages. I don't know what's going on with this machine. It's just not working like it used to. There's something weird. Maybe I should just reinstall the software. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, well, Jay, I had cataract surgery too, several years ago. I had cataracts when I was 28, and my eye doctor said, there will come a day when you will say, it is time to do the surgery. And I said, I will fix your eyes too. And Lord knows, I thought I was having a brain tumor. I was sitting on an airplane in Seattle, Washington, headed to Anchorage, Alaska. And I couldn't even read the fasten seatbelt sign, which was only 3 feet from me, with my glasses on. But I had cataracts in both eyes done, and it has been awesome. And yes, the morning that we did it, the operation, I was able, well, I wasn't driving home, I was being driven home. Dee Dee drove me home. I could read the street signs, the street names, without glasses for the first time in my life. And that was less than an hour after the surgery. And when I got home, of course I was supposed to take it easy. So I was watching TV, and we had the upstairs TV, which has a smaller TV than down here. I could see the USA Network signature. I didn't even know it was ever on the when you know, we're watching SVU, I think. And it was there. It was awesome. So I hope that your surgeries go very, very well. And you're going to be so happy when this is over with. All right, let's see. Not that one. It must be this one. That can't be that one. It has to be this one. This is a song that I picked up from a friend of mine. Mr. Cato suggested that I learn it from Sleepy John Estes. Put it in the rotation. Hadn't done it in a while. It's called The Floating Bridge. And it is a wild ass song. It was done by Greg Allman. It's also done by that other guy that plays guitar that I can't ever remember his name. A little different kind of Delta blues from different Delta blues from John Hurt. By the way, Jay, yes, you're going to do one eye at a time, so I had it done to both eyes. And so now I can see 20/20 in one eye and 20/40 or 60 in the other, so I can read. I don't need glasses to read either. It's just really strange. I've gotten used to it. It took me a long time to get used to it because I wore glasses for many, many years. You're going to love it. I know the first day I walked into the grocery store without the eye patch on, I was floored by the colors. When I get cataracts, all the colors get dim and dud and muddy and dull, and you can't really tell. So I walked in, it was like, whoa! It was incredible. You put up a Campbell's soup can or a Swanson's broth, the red and the blue. It was incredible how intense they are. They still are to this day. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. Never will forget that floating bridge. I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater when I was here. Well, I was going down, I throwed up my hand. When I was going down, I throwed up my hand. Now when I was going down, I throwed up my hand. Lord, please, please take me on dry land. Now they carried me out of the water and they put me on the bank.
Now they carried me out of the water and they laid me on the bank. They carried me out of the water, they laid me on the bank. About a gallon of muddy water I had drank. Now they dried me off and they laid me in the bed. Now they dried me off and they laid me on the bed. Now they dried me off and they laid me on the bed. I don't like that muddy water running all through my head. Now my mother often told me, you ain't no bum. Well, my mother often taught me, you ain't no bum. Well, my mother often taught me, son, don't you be a bum. Go somewhere, settle down and find you someone. Now the people standing on the bridge was screaming and a-crying. Well, the people on the bridge was a-screaming and a-crying. Now the people on the bridge was standing, screaming and a-crying. Lord, I sure thought that I was dying. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater, I was here. Tell me 5 minutes underwater, I was here. All right. Whew. That's an intense song, y'all. Oof. All right, let's see here. I got a couple of more listed. Okay. I know my friend Doug wanted to hear the Cowhooking Blues, which I'm still working on. And JC wanted to hear the Avalon Blues by John Hurt, which I'm still working on. I don't know if I'll ever get them. Those are some tough songs to play. They sure are technical. So I think I'm gonna, since JC's wearing a cowboy hat, I think I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna do something here. Let's see here. Last week I did some Frankie Lane songs. Let me do a Marty Robbins tune here. It's always a good choice. This one is called Big Arm on His Hip. Okay, that one goes there. Let's see if I can find. I haven't done Big Arm in a while, I don't think. It's a complete Western in a song. You have an outlaw, you have a Texas Ranger, you have townspeople, you have time, you have numbers that there's a lot of numerology in this song, and you have a great gunfight, and you have a great ending. And I think Gary Cooper would have been great in this thing. Lee Marvin would have been a great outlaw, perhaps, in this. We'll see.
It's called Big Iron on His Hip.
To the town of Aqua Free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, he didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. Well, the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came a whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 to 19 more. 1 to 19 more. That stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona Ranger, he wouldn't be long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive and maybe dead. And he said that it didn't matter if he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 21 take a slip. 21 be the ranger with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. I think I should do that one over again. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But that outlaw, he didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be that ranger with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew that handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make the play. And the swiftness of that ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks that gathered around body of that outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he did one fatal slip when he tried to match that ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match that ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
The story of Big Arm. Great song. That's really cool too. Always have loved that song. I think it's Morning When Marty Robbins is really one of the best. All right, let's see if I got here. That's not a good one. How about that one? That's the same one. I guess it'll work. They get a sip. I love how a guitar goes sharp while you're playing it, but it does. Mine does. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me, love, and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas far to ease your pain. Till the night's forlorn, every morning's born, and the morning shines with the light of love. You will miss the sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. With me now, since love showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Surely you will agree, she's a pretty sight to see, and a treasure indeed for a man to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me, love, and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas far to ease your pain. Yes, I'd swim the seas far to ease your pain. Thought I'd throw that one in there. Townes Van Zandt, great songwriter. All right, let's see here. Let's go up a half a step. See what happens. This is a song that I did a few weeks back, and Dee Dee really liked it. She'd never heard it before. It's unusual with songs that I play. This is a song that Doc Watson recorded several times. He heard it, and Crystal Gale did it, and he really dug it. And I'll tell you what, it's a very powerful song. And after that, I got a Carter Family song, if I remember correctly, to play after that. It's called I'm Ready for the Times to Get Better. I've got to tell you, I've been racking my brain, hoping to find a way out. I've had enough of this continual rain. Changes are coming, no doubt. It's been a long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. You seem to want from me what I cannot give. I feel so lonesome at times. I have a dream that I wish I could live. It's burning holes in my mind. It's been a too long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. It's been a long, long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. It's been a too long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. I'm ready for the times to get better. All right. Let's see if I can remember what the name of this song is that I wanted to do. I've had it on my list for a couple of weeks. And man, I have to go back because I write all this junk down, believe it or not. CC Ryder. Let's see here. If I can't find it, well, I'll do it next week. Okay, it's not here. ain't gonna happen. So too bad. We're gonna end up with a nice song from Doc that I love to play. I've played for many, many years. After I tune this puppy up. I was thinking of doing the TV blues from come on, Jimmy Rogers, but I'm not in a Jimmy Rogers mood today. I don't feel like yodeling. Come on and tune up, will you? There it is. Thank y'all for listening. I really do appreciate it. It's kept me somewhat sane through this whole damn thing, and hopefully it's helped you guys too. We just, you know, day by day. I know it's getting better. I just got alerts that the J&J vaccine, the one and out, whatever they call it, vaccine is it's been pre-approved, so that's really good. And hopefully more people get vaccinated, and we can get through this damn thing because we need to. It's awful. So this is one of my favorite songs, and I'll never forget. It's called Deep River Blues or Big River Blues by Doc Watson. It's a song from the Delmore Brothers. If you listen, and I burned out records. I had to buy another copy of Doc's first record because they said he double thumbed on this. I don't know if you can hear that. I take that to be a double thumb. And I think it's virtually impossible to do. And I still can't do it. But it's a standard song that he did. He made popular, and guitar players all over the world play this. And he took a song that was basically two instruments. One of the brothers was playing rhythm guitar, and the other one was playing a tenor guitar, 4-string guitar, and played the lead that we know so well today. And he said he put it together. It took him about 10 years to put it together. I doubt if it took him that long. But it's called the Deep River Blues. And thank y'all for listening. I appreciate it. We should be back next week. If everything goes well, I'll also put some notices about the Doucet concert virtual show on Saturday, May the 1st. And of course we have the WWOZ has Jazz Festing in place. The International Festival has some virtual performances in Lafayette for this weekend. Busy weekend. Hopefully it's getting busier where you live. Like I said, the bars are starting to open up here in New Orleans that have music, and it's pretty awesome. Maybe it's too fast. We'll find out. Okay? Thank y'all. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the wind drive right on, let the rain just sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, and she walks like a waterfowl when I get them deep river blues. There ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish don't go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Give me back my own boat, I'm gonna sail this you float, 'cause I got the deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there I'm told, 'cause I got the deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got the deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got the
Now if that boat just sinks with me, I'm gonna go down, don't you see? 'Cause I got them deep river blues. I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on and let the waves sweep along. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. 'Cause I got them river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Merci beaucoup, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Be kind to the tip bucket. Tell your friends. We will get through this. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away. That's not the hardest things in the world to do. You know that? And we'd be finished with this a lot quicker than we gotta go. See y'all next week. Hopefully Dee Dee will be back. I think her knees are, she's still walking. So that's good. She's on the road. We'll see y'all. Whoa, we'll see y'all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Gotta get on out of here.